The Johannesburg Heritage Foundation is demanding that the city's development agency reopen the city library to the public. The foundation says access to information is not a luxury and no real reason has been given for the continued closing of the state facility. Newzroom Afrika's Katleho Sekhotho is in the city centre and brings us more on the story. Katleho, good morning to you. What are the organisers of today's picket saying and what exactly is it that they're calling for?
A very good morning, Naledi. Indeed, the Johannesburg Heritage Foundation, along with the Joburg Crisis Alliance, gathering in their numbers this morning in front of the city library, demanding for it to be reopened. And they're really seeking to put pressure on the Joburg mayor, as well as the Johannesburg Development Agency, to reopen these doors. Now, they were closed back in 2021 during the COVID period, and during the COVID period, obviously, then and then now, there's no real reason, as they say, as the organizations, as to why the library remains closed. And now, I mean, this library is almost 90 years old. It's a facility that offers people space to read, to study. And if it's not open, there's a lot of school children here who come here, daily, but they don't have a space to read, access to Wi-Fi, and the things that a library typically offers. But I do have with me David from the Heritage Foundation to give us more details. David, thank you for your time. I mean, what exactly are you calling for and what are the challenges that you're meeting?
We are calling for, quite simply, the partial reopening of the library with immediate effect. The city and its agency, the JDA, has decided that the building is unsafe for human occupation. We asked the city for more information about this, asked for the report that they used, and we also managed to organize a site visit with an architect and 2 engineers from our side. Their conclusion, we are caught up in the protest, but we asked for an explanation from the city why the library is closed. Our guys have said the building is structurally safe. As you can see, the doors are open, there are librarians inside, there's security and support personnel inside, and the real reason we're here is there's been no communication from the city. We've emailed them, we've tried to engage with them, we've tried to sit down with them, and the doors are just closed. They don't want to talk to us. And so we are here today to say the citizens of Johannesburg are not a nuisance. The civil society that you see around you is not a nuisance. We want the city to take their mandate more seriously and to acknowledge the concerns of the citizens and reopen this very important public resource with immediate effect in the places that are safe while repairs are continuing.
So when do you hope to have a response to your petition?
Our petition, we are launching the petition officially today, and we have asked in the petition that the city comes back to us with a comprehensive response to the issues raised in the next 7 days. We are simply tired of waiting, and the more we wait, the more nothing happens. We watch scaffolding goes up, scaffolding comes down, scaffolding goes up again, and then it comes down again, and we're not seeing any progress, and there doesn't seem to be any sense of urgency. It's almost as if the city thinks that this is a 2nd, 3rd, 4th tier problem. And it's not. Libraries are not a luxury. In a country where there are massive educational shortfalls, where there's a massive literacy component, a literacy issue, we need facilities like this to be open to the public. It's a resource that is not being used, and we want, as the citizens of Johannesburg, access to our public library.
And I guess the last one, David, do you think there's been massive damage in terms of children being unable to study, students being unable to have a space to work? Do you think we'll feel these consequences in years to come?
I think the knock-on effects are really, really big. People may not appreciate just how important a library is to a local community. And, we're here in the heart of the inner city, and there are school kids, there are university students, there are college students, there are archivists, there are researchers, and the collections in this building are priceless, and they go back 100 years to the very earliest days of Johannesburg. There are 1.5 million books inside the building, 120 workstations with free Wi-Fi. There's a daily reading room where people can come for free and read newspapers and magazines. All of those things are not available. Our literacy programs are not running. students can't get in to access the information. Access to knowledge and information is a human right in our Bill of Rights, and the city is depriving its citizens of these rights as for keeping the library closed for as long as they have.
We'll leave it there, David. Thank you so much for your time. Now, lady, you've heard it there from David from the Johannesburg Heritage Foundation, just outlining that the petition launches today and hoping for a response in the next 7 days from the city. Obviously putting pressure on the office of the mayor to put pressure on the Johannesburg Development Agency, and hopefully a response to when the library will be opened, and noting that they've made their own inspections of the facility and there aren't any major issues that would prevent it from being opened, and so really seeking the city to be accountable as to why the doors of the city library remain closed.
Yeah, and what a resource it is once it is available. But thank you so much for bringing us that story, Katleho, speaking to us there from the city centre. So.